Well, the start of this deer season is certainly a bit different to what's normal for me. Archery season opened a month ago, but I haven't bow hunted in several years since I tore rotor cuffs on both shoulders. And I'm a traditional bow hunter. I hunt longbow. For a little while I hunted with recurves, but not very long. But I hunt with longbows and pretty heavy poundage, 70 to 90 pounds. And when I tore those rotor cuffs, I just flat could not shoot those bows anymore. And I've got 55s, and I've got even one down to 40 pound. But I just haven't been in a while. Now I can still shoot a compound, but I don't like compound. So I own one. Finally, I own one. I actually hunted a couple of weeks with it a few years ago, but I just don't care for them. So anyway, I haven't archery hunted at all. Not only this year, I hadn't actually archery hunted in several years. But for the first time, I'd say in well over 50 years, the opening of a rifle season, be it muzzleloader or regular firearms, for the first time well over 50 years, I have not been camped out in the mountains, on national forest, on public land. Seems weird. Always, that's my favorite way to deer hunt, is roaming the hills and the valleys and the hollers and the ridges with either a traditional muzzleloader or a regular firearm. What us old timers call still hunting. Now, most new young hunters, I don't know what still hunting is. Well, still hunting is not sitting still. Still hunting is, I don't know how the term actually got started, but it's moving slowly and quietly through the woods. The object is to try to find a bedded deer, but you hunt on the move and through big woods. And like I said, that is my favorite way to hunt, because you can go up here in our mountains in the national forest now, and my God, you can hunt for days on end, just wandering around all day long, never see another person. That's to me, that's the crown jewel of whitetail hunting. It's still hunting big woods. That's my favorite way to hunt. Well, like I said, I'm 80 years old. And the fact of the matter is, many of my old hunting buddies have passed on. As simple as that. And it's just get to be fewer and fewer of us. And it's kind of come down to the past several years. It's been mostly me and my buddy Jack. Every once in a while, a younger guy will come up and join us, but my old hunting group is pretty much just me and Jack, as far as the older guys. Now, we have a young guy, one that's that was born in 1965, that hunts with us some. But as far as the older guys go, it's mostly just me and Jack. And we went up a couple of weeks ago up into the mountains where we normally deer hunt. We were camped out up there, and Jack's just having a hard time getting around. He's been battling cancer for a long time. We both have had colon cancer, and Jack's had colon cancer and prostate cancer. Now he's got two different types of bone cancer, and he's had that for 6 years. He's been fighting it. And he's tough as a pine knot. he's a tough codger, but he's 82. But he's just not feeling up to it this year. So for the first time in over 50 years, opening of the deer season finds me not in the mountains, not camped out, and not still hunting the big woods. I'm here in the Quigley on my farm, which I love to hunt. Don't get me wrong there. I mean, I love hunting here out of Quigley. I mean, goodness gracious. If you wouldn't enjoy sitting around out here in the Quigley and looking around, I mean, I don't know what it'd take for you to enjoy something. But anyways, I like it here, but I enjoy it here, and I get more deer here than up there in the big mountains in the last several years, that's for sure. But there's something special about still hunting big woods. And I sure do miss it. I mean, it just don't seem right, don't feel right. Nothing about it seems right. So even though this morning was opening day of a gun season, it's early muzzleloader season, I didn't get up early. Just sort of felt like sort of a little bit of the wind taking out of your sails, I guess. I didn't get up. Didn't get up early. I mean, it was just cracking daylight when I got up. I lollygagged around. I didn't even get out here and clean the windows on the Quigley so I could see out good, and they were really needing it. They were kind of smudged up from all the bugs, the ladybugs, and all that. And I hadn't even kicked myself in the hind end, made myself even prepare the Quigley. So I waited till the sun was up, and I'd come out here. Of course, I mean, I sat there at the house. I mean, the house itself's a great stand. I mean, look out the front door and back door. The house makes a heck of a deer stand. I got kitchens, bathrooms, fireplace. I mean, that's a deer stand with all the modern conveniences. It's quite nice, actually. And I'd go look out the front door, back door, and it was a pretty good frost this morning. Drinking coffee and visiting that good-looking woman of mine. So I didn't get out here until the sun was up. Actually, I wanted to wait for the sun to get on the Quigley, which is about an hour and 20 minutes after the sun hits the top of the ridge up here. It's a good hour and 20 minutes for it. Works its way down here in the valley to the Quigley. I wanted to wait for the sun to get on it and warm things up, and get out here and clean on it and get it prepared for the season, which I should have already had done, but I didn't. Anyway, and I come out there, at least 3 does up here, and one small buck standing in the field up here about halfway from the house to the food plot up here. So I start working out toward the barn, and I look up there and I see a deer in the food plot, and as soon as you see it, you know it's a buck. I mean, not the horns, it's just the shape and size of the body. I said, that's a buck. That's a mature buck. So instead of coming on out to Quigley and exposing myself to that deer, I got in the barn. I snuck in the barn out there, and I got the spotting scope put on him. He's a nice 8-pointer. Nice 8-pointer. And I made absolutely no attempt whatsoever to get him. I just sat and watched him. So he fed around there for a while and finally moseyed off. Right now, I just look up here and there is a deer just come out upon the high point on the high ridge up there. It looks to be two of them. It's two does. Two does just come out on the highest point on the farm, the ridge up there. Anyway, I'm getting a late start. I gotta adjust my way of thinking. I mean, and another good buddy that hadn't been able to hunt in years, Gary. We've been working at trying to get him fixed up to where he can hunt. He's paralyzed on it, and we pretty much got that, I think, down pat. And doggone it, he's come down with another problem. So I don't know. The whole season's kind of up in limbo now. Jack's not feeling well enough to go up the mountain, and Gary hadn't felt well enough for us to even practice, take a few practice shots, and he's got a blind, and we've got a setup for his rifle, and worked out where he could pull the trigger, and I think we got him set up, but 3 deer, probably the same 3 does that was out this morning. Anyway, I guess we'll just have to see what the season brings. It surely don't feel right not being in the mountains with Jack and some of your old buddies. That just don't seem right. I mean, season it feels more like mid-season, you know. We get through hunting the mountains up there and kind of get our fill of that and come back here and settle down to watching the farm. Kind of a bummer, kind of a letdown, really. But I've got the Quigley straightened up and cleaned up, and the windows cleaned and everything in its place. It's like I should have already had done. So I've got Quigley ready, so I'm ready to do a little hunting. Plus I'm ready to do some more fall fishing too, so we'll have to divide my time up between hunting and fishing. Now I can fish year round. You can only hunt a relatively short period of time, so I will concentrate on the hunting, but I will get in some fishing because the fall fishing is for the stripers can be great. I definitely want to get in on that. I can't grow a horn on nary one of those deer up there. They're all slick heads. But anyway, I'm going to sit down here. It's about an hour to dark. And I'm just going to sit around and watch the field and get my brain adjusted. It's different. And not in a good sort of a way either. Well, that's my 3 does that come out a little bit early this afternoon. Pretty sure that's the same 3 I saw this morning. Anyway, they're well up on top of the hill there. Just don't seem right. You know why it don't seem right? Because it ain't right. It's definitely going to be a different kind of a season, so. I reckon we'll just make the best of it. See what transpires, how it turns out. I don't know. It's going to turn out all right, irregardless, but it sure is different. Anyway, I'm sit around here and keep out in the fields, see what happens. We'll be here in the dark. I was sitting here, I don't know what I was doing, daydreaming or whatever I was doing. Kind of half looking around. Really, I guess trying to get myself into the spirit of deer hunting, I reckon. And anyway, I was sitting here just kind of half-baked, looking around. All of a sudden I hear a shot right up here. It comes from right up in here. It kind of jarred me to my senses. I look around and I get my binoculars and I look and stand right on the ridge line there. Right on the ridge line's a small buck. And so I decided I was going to pull a little bench over here, the table over here with that spotting scope on it, and get a better look at him. So I wheeled the table around here with the spotting scope on it, look up and the buck's gone. I don't know where he went, but and about that time I heard the second shot. Boom! Right in here, right in here. So those two kind of close shots kind of jarred me awake, I reckon. Anyway, the three does have left the field up here. There's one doe still out up there on the big hill. Haven't seen anything around the food plot yet. Of course, I haven't seen anything back over here, but I'm afraid that somebody shot either one or maybe even both the little bucks I've been seeing over on that hill. Just a little buck. I mean, they got a legal right to. You know, you're not going to have big bucks if you don't let the little bucks grow up. If you want to shoot small bucks, and spikes and four pointers and stuff like that, that's fine. I mean, I'm not knocking, you know, just I just like to see the little bucks passed up. Let them live another year or two and grow into more mature bucks. Like this morning, right up here, there's a small buck, which may have been the same one over here that somebody shot or shooting at or shooting around. Maybe, but small buck standing up there with that good 8 point. Well, that good 8-pointer would never live to be, wouldn't be a good 8-pointer. Somebody shot him when he was about like that little one that was there with him. Unless you just really need the meat or something. I think it'd be good if you just let the little boys go for a while. But it's just my opinion. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm also going to stay here for several more minutes to darken. It's actually a mite darker out there than it probably looks like on this into this camera. Anyway. I got a few more minutes to keep looking. Well, over here on that side, the farm is I believe that one is on the left. It's a little funny horn buck. And I swear I believe the one on the right is too. Come on, turn your head around here, boy. I know the one on the left is, he had the smallest of the two bucks, just two small bucks I've been seeing over there. He's the smallest. The other one just won't let me get a good enough look at its head. I don't know if it's a small buck or doe. Come on, move. Get your head out behind your hind end. I need his head behind his hind end. Come on. No, that's the little buck. That's the two little bucks that I'd seen over there before, so that shooting was not at them. That's a good thing. Well, whatever those two shots were fired at, I don't know, but my two little bucks are still over there. I thought surely they'd shot one or both of them, but they're still there. Over there grazing. They're feeding right out in the wide open. Both of them are weird. I mean, they've the left horn on both of them. The left horn on the bigger one is a little about as long as its ear, maybe a little bit longer. It's got a little fork on the end. And the right, that's on the left side. On the right side, the horn's only about as big as my finger. On its right side. And the other one has got a little old spike on its left side. It's a spike, it's not a 4-point. This, on mass-wise, it's only about half as big as the other buck, but it's about as long as its ear on its right, on its left side. And it's a normal-looking little spike. But on the left, on its right side, it grows straight down its face, right straight down across its eye, kind of sticking out at a little bit of an angle. But it grows right straight across its right eye. About as long as the left one, but it's a darker colored horn. It grows right down its face at about a 45-degree angle. Going right across its eye. So two young bucks together with mismatched horn. Horns on the right side, half the size of the horn on the horn on the left side. Two of them are together. They might be Bopsy twins.